Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts. Today we are doing a product review for the new structure deck Beware of Traptrix. It's a very cool product. I think it has a lot of cool stuff going for it. And today we're just going to go through what's in the set, what's enticing to me, what it might be missing overall, and just like an overall review on it, and just my thoughts on where it lands for you. But yeah, here we go. Let's get into it. So this actually technically comes out in 2 days, but a lot of OTS stores will have this early. And some other vendors as well, probably. But here we go. Let's start off with, we're just going to run through the list right here. We have a bunch of Traptrix monsters. Pudica, Arachnocampa being the new ones for the main deck. Atrax, Myrmelio, Nepenthes, Dionea, Genlesia, and Vesiculo also all coming in here. I think that's mostly everything you want. No Mantis here, I guess. Is there another one that really matters? I don't think so. You got Myrm. Yeah, I think that's mostly all the other ones you want for the main deck, reprint-wise. Then you get to some generic monster support cards. Godarla, Kumungus for a couple Kaijus. That's nice. Retaliating Sea, nice hand trap. Resonance Insect and Lone Fire Blossom. Arguably, like, as far as generic cards go, arguably, like, the literal, like, best plant and insect monster to ever exist in the main deck. That's really interesting that both of them kind of go in here. I know when Beecher was good, Resonance was actually a pretty tough card to get a hold of. Ash Blossom, amazing. I mean, the world went crazy when the Salamangreat structure deck came out and Ash was in it. This just makes it even nicer for like a budget player to get a hold of common Ash Blossom, which is great. Solage de Fleur, Mechanite, Purple Nightfall, and Blue Sky. I guess because it's a back row deck and you have a Link 1, you can kind of set up columns for them pretty easily, which is fine. Moral Attack, Fire Hand, Ice Hand, Thunder Hand, harping back to hat format way back when. Then we get to more new cards. Trap Trip Garden, new field spells, nice. And then Trap Tantalizing Tune, also a pretty cool draw card for them. Into generic spells. Raigeki, Harpy's Feather Duster. Amazing. And that's it. That's all the spells. Now, I mean, it's a trap heavy deck, but these are actually really, really nice. From there, we move to some trap holes. Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmare. This is the new one. Pretty cool card. Definitely playable. Trap Hole, the original. Bottomless. Void Trap Hole. Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare. And Effect Negator. It's pretty nice. Floodgate Trap Hole. Very powerful. Definite staple in the deck. And Gravedigger's Trap Hole. I think Gravedigger's the main highlight here for those. Traptrick, awesome generic trap card to throw in there as well. Shade Brigandine, good extender. Artifact Sanctum, a little bit less good without Scythe nowadays, but okay. Naturia Sacred Tree, I mean, it's a plant insect deck, so I guess it works. Then we get to the big boy, Evenly. This is the one big reprint I would say that this set has more than anything. A super rare, evenly matched in a structure deck is awesome, especially awesome for newer players who want to get those staples at a really affordable price so that way they can kind of build up their staple collection and then from there just focus on cores. I think that's great. Then we get to the extra deck monsters to kind of finish up except for the last two. Okay, weird. It's in a weird order, but Rafflesia, Allomeris, Cularia, Pinguicula, and a Typus being the two new extra deck monsters, the Exceed and the Link monster, both very nice, specifically Pinguicula. Sarah is the last one. You do get a common printing of Sarah here, fine. And then Mantis. So Mantis is here, but it's weirdly thrown all the way at the end. And then Traptrix Holtea, or Holusha, however you want to pronounce it, but very powerful card for the deck. This is exactly what people like screamed the deck needed, and Konami delivered. Very nice. So look at these cards individually. Pinguicula helps you with an additional normal summon. It also adds to your ability to disrupt your opponent because you can just summon it on the opponent's turn. It banishes a monster until the end of the turn. It's very cool. Arachnocampa, really nice extender that also protects some of your board from removal, which is very good. It's a quick effect too, so could even do stuff like trigger Torrential Tribute if you want to play stuff like that. For the traps, or for the spells, Trap Trip Garden, gives you an additional normal summon, and it can extend another Traptrix monster from somewhere else. It's pretty cool and gives a little bit of battle protection. A pretty nice card overall. Trap Tantalizing Tune. This is the one card from here that I could see not seeing a ton of play. The fact that it discards stuff pretty openly, but it draws two, which is nice. But overall, it's just okay. And it's a trap deck, so I don't know if you want to be using stuff like this that could get Ash and you just go super neg. I don't know. I don't know if we're into that. Halusha is insane. This card is so good. It's just Shade and Brigadine for the deck, and on a later turn, it can like quick effect banish itself from grave to special summon a Traptrix from grave. So that could be something like a Pudica or Murmelio to get like a quick effect pop and or banish, depending on what you want to target there. A very, very good card. Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmare. Very nice addition to the Trap Hole lineup. Just the fact that this card doesn't have to have a trigger met, as long as your opponent special summoned anything that turn, it is just turned on and can fire whenever. It allows you to interact with certain board states much more favorably, timing wise, which is very nice. So I like this as a 1-of for sure. And it even has the potential to like also hit something in grave, which is cool. Pudica is awesome. This card detaches one to add a Traptrix monster from deck. That's particularly good with Arachnocampa as an extender, or if you have a normaled or have an additional normal with the field spell, obviously you can get extenders that way, or just a normal summon to get more value. It also has a pretty cool effect to like take stuff, like take monsters from your opponent's grave or banish, which is pretty cool. And then yeah, she's also big. Not a ton of the Traptrix extract monsters have ended up being big, but 25 is really nice. And then a Typus is the last one. She pretty much allows you to kill, is what she does. She's going to buff all Traptrix monsters by 1,000, considering a lot of them fall into that like 15 to like 2 to 19 kind of, or 15 to 18 kind of situation. They get like so big so fast, which is awesome. And also has the ability to like negate monster your opponent controls and like pop one card. It's fine. I wish it was also an interruption. If it was like a decent interruption, this card would be a lot more enticing. But it does still come up for sure. It gives you kills you otherwise wouldn't have. It helps you clean up messy board states. Definitely something that Traptrix have struggled with over the years. But yeah, so that's it for the new cards. I would say the only underwhelming one to me is Tantalizing Tune. But also, to be honest, I could see this card just being like a generic card that comes up down the line. If we get like a trap deck that's like so good in grave, like, yeah, Labyrinth has a little bit of grave synergy. Yeah, Owlich has some grave synergy, but like insane. Like it's a 1-card starter, just get in grave, and then like turn 1 you can do crazy stuff. Maybe this card becomes crazy. I don't know, but it's there. All right, now let's move on to the reprints that I think matter the most, especially from a playability standpoint. One other point that I know people are really a big fan of is doing like the sealed series, where they take like a sealed product and then they only have a certain budget week to week where they can only spend a certain amount of dollars and try to get as competitive as possible. I know Pac just recorded his most recent video, and he said he was looking at the it was a video about Traptrix, but he said he was testing it out to see if it was something he would want to consider for his balling on a budget series, in which he pretty much does the same thing, right? It's take a structure deck, only a couple dollars go in every week or so, and see if you can like top a tier 2 event at some point. And I think Traptrix is there, but what really helps is out the gate, man. The staples in this structure deck are like really, really good. So you have Godarla and you have Kamungus. Not super searchable in the deck, but just nice additional options there for sure. Excuse me. But very, very like decent side deck cards. I mean, right now we're seeing stuff like Kashtira do lines where all they do is make a Rise Heart. Boom! This just clears a Rise Heart 1 card. The rest of your hand can go off from there. It's pretty good. Retaliating Sea, not a bad hand trap, especially versus like Despia. It's not the greatest in the world, but also the fact that it floats. So like, not only can it hinder certain Despia builds, but then like next turn it's like 1 a level 4. 2, if you like using it for fire to make a link monster or something, boom, it's triggering to go ahead and get you another search for like more in archetype cards. It's a pretty good card, and if a matchup kind of allows it to be, it can be pretty dang powerful. Maybe even something like Runic. This could actually be a pretty good card versus Runic, I think. From there, Lone Fire Blossom, good card, but like maybe not necessary for this deck, but still solid. Resonance could be something that could come up. I wouldn't be too surprised, but the deck doesn't have a link 1, so you like have to get into something, and it only searches if it's sent from field to grave, so you can't use it as Exceed material. You have to link with it, unfortunately, so maybe that keeps it from being playable with the deck, but still great reprints regardless, that for any player, like you might just want to have stashed for a day where our deck comes along that might use these. Ash is insane. Ash is phenomenal that it's in here. You put it in, you plug it in, it probably doesn't move from your deck for a while. It's so good that this ended up being in here. Raigeki, I mean, you could main it, but I also just, like, especially if you're doing the sealed version. But even as a side deck card, Raigeki is no joke. Raigeki is like legit, is a legit card right now. Harpy's Feather Duster, same thing. I mean, you could main this one, but you know, you could also side it when you play a back row matchup. It's actually quite good. So another like just set of like, wow, I can't believe they just threw these in here. No problem. Great Digger's Trap Hole is the only like trap hole I want to highlight because it is so different from the other trap holes, and it is just a good card. For sure. So the fact that it's got a reprint is definitely really nice. Traptrix, another amazing, you know, addition. Just a great generic trap card to add in. And the last card, the biggest card, evenly matched. This could be in your main. This could be in your side. Whatever you want to do with it, it probably needs to be in your deck right now, especially if you're playing this Structure Deck sealed version. It's incredible that this ended up being in here. And so long story short, I think like, even aside from the... So, like, obviously Traptrix has a ceiling just because they're Traptrix. Like, they might be a solid rogue deck, but they're probably not much higher than that, even at their ceiling. But I do think the floor of this structure deck might be one of the highest floors I've ever seen from, like, a open it and play it immediately. Even when we talk about Branded, and even when we talk about Salamangreat, I think this deck might be better than those decks straight out the box. 3 structure decks, boom. I've got a side deck with Evenly in it. I've got Ash in the main. I've got Raigeki, Harpy's Feather Duster. I've got Traptrix, which can get me into a bunch of different trap cards. I've got Kaijus to outstuff like Floodgate monsters and stuff. I've got Retaliating Sea for specific matchups. Like, you really do have access to like a lot of awesome tools that allow to work through the margins. You know, a lot of these like structure deck builds straight out of the box don't allow you a good side deck and stuff like that. But there is a lot more to this one than those. So I really think out the gate, it's a great option for something like that, a sealed version, or somebody new to the game who just wants to get into it. I think Traptrix is a pretty good deck to kind of get you into that. But yeah, really cool. Overall, I think it's a really phenomenal structure deck. I think it just comes down to, is it meta? No, it's probably just rogue and like a cool rogue deck at that. But I do think for what it is, it's about as good as we could have asked, right? I think Traptrix is a respectable rogue deck. I think there's some phenomenal reprints that you can play in a competitively viable deck, like right out the gate, and go from there. So I love it. I mean, as far as structure deck goes, I'll give it like an 8 out of 10. It's not a meta, like a changing archetype, so I can't give it all the way there because, you know, that would be insane if there's like not only a meta-changing archetype, but also multiple awesome staple reprints. That'd be great. But, you know, 8 out of 10 is nothing to poo-poo. So I love it. But yeah, those are just my overall thoughts on the structure deck Traptrix Beware of Traptrix. Very cool. I'm actually really excited to see what the next structure deck's going to be in the game. I'm hoping it's an R series and it's, you know, hopefully we skip Chaos Dragons, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm ready. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on this structure deck and also what you want to see from the next structure deck down the line. But I'm out of here for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching as always. Subscribe if you have not yet and you want to see more stuff from me down the line. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.